Good morning. This is Daddy Day Trader with the Accountability Series, Day 9. So today was another no trade day. That's 2 in a row, which is pretty uncommon for me, but I think what it's showing me is that I'm developing maybe that patience muscle and not getting triggered by not trading and boredom trading. So like same as yesterday where I didn't trade at all. So my itchy trading finger is maybe getting itself under control by having these no trade days, really waiting for the right setup and not settling for a trade that is outside my trade book. So again, as always, there was multiple opportunities, even for my trade book, but you have to be dialed in and ready to take those trades. And today I missed one because I wasn't dialed in. And then shortly after that one, I missed another one because I was feeling a little bit of FOMO from missing the previous one. It's hard when you're waiting for your setup for an hour or 2 hours and then your setup happens potentially and you're second guessing yourself. It's like, well, I've been waiting 2 hours for this trade to happen. What if it goes against me and then I'm red? And so now I've waited 2 hours to take a red trade. So sometimes that psychology kind of messes with my head about, should I be taking this trade? Is it going to work out? And then by the time you've kind of resolved your inner feelings, the trade itself has already played it out, whether it be good or bad. But so today was a no trade day, and I'm okay with that. And it again shows me that my patience muscle is being exercised, and that's a huge part of day trading, is having patience, right? Because if you're just taking every trade that comes across your screen, you're gonna have a ton of losses, which I've done before, so I know how that goes. And I want to be smarter about day trading. I want to make a go of this, and I want to take it more seriously, which is what these recaps are for, is for helping me learn more about myself and my trading. And I'm hoping if people can come along on this journey with me, they will kind of see the same thing. If they're struggling like I'm struggling, this should be helpful. So what I did today was I took some video of two stock recaps that I wanted to show you kind of what happened with those, why they were in my trade book, and then talk about why I didn't trade them today, what was the reasons for that, because that should help me in the future trade those setups and actually execute the trade versus missing it or being distracted or whatever happened. So stay tuned for those, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Accountability Series Day 9 update from Daddy Day Trader, and we will be back at it tomorrow for a Friday trade day, and then we'll be hitting the weekend. So all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the recaps. Bye. All right, let's do a quick recap on 2 stocks today. The recaps help me understand how I could have traded something better or at all, and hopefully in the future it's going to trigger in my memory, oh, remember when you did a recap on that stock, this one looks similar, go ahead and take this trade because it could go well. So today I have 2 I want to go over. The first one is SVMH, and it was in the leading gappers. It's number 2 right now. And the best trade today was at 632. And it was right within my trading book wheelhouse. As you can see, let's make this a little clearer. There we go. It opened below VWAP, quite a bit below. and it was coming up with strong volume, green candles, without a topping tail. And as it gets close to VWAP, it hesitates a bit. I had an alert set to tell me if it gets to right here, which it did. And then I got distracted right here and had to turn away from my screen as it was going up through VWAP and went all the way up to 74 cents. So almost 10 cents in that one candle. And then it went all the way to 81 cents. So that would have been a perfect trade. The lesson to me is that if I'm dialed into something, I really got to stay focused on it, regardless of what's going on around me, because this would have been the trade of the day for me. I hadn't done any trades yet. I was already getting a little itchy on trading. I had been in here since 5:15. It's now an hour and 15 minutes later, still with no trades. And then this happens and I miss it because I'm distracted. So I was pretty frustrated by that. I mean, who knows if I would have actually taken it? I would like to think I would have because it was a perfect setup. But again, I felt some FOMO. So I stepped back away from my computer for a little bit and calmed down because I really wanted to have a green trade today. I didn't trade yesterday and I haven't traded today. So I took a step back and that was good. That was smart. It was the right thing to do. I didn't go back in and revenge trade, which is good. So this one goes up all the way to 81, comes way back down. I would have got stopped out here for sure with this red candle here. So that was the trade for this one, in my opinion. And then the rest of the day, it's been kind of range bound, kind of choppy. These tails are ugly. So not really tradable, in my opinion, moving forward from here. And these are just kind of like a couple cent pops. I don't think that's worth it. Maybe if you could have got in right here, but anyway, so this one's basically done for me in my trading style after this particular entry, which I didn't take. And then the other one I want to look at is CCCC, which has been on the radar for the last few days. But it had a pretty good opportunity early on as well, which I did not take. But I was watching it, and I think I was just gun shy from missing my previous entry on SVMH a few minutes ago. So this was at 6:35. I had missed that. I had missed that trade here. So this is only a couple minutes later. I think I was still in cool down mode. So 6:35. This one, it breaks VWAP. With some volume, and it had been a previous runner, and so we're at like 530 cost wise, and then this one then never gets back down. So this would have been a good entry for me in my setup. It's break a VWAP. It's got volume. It's a previous runner, and as we can see, it goes from 530 cost to 838 at its peak. So you can see how that kind of worked out pretty well for whoever was able to get in. So that would have been another great trade. I'm sure I would not have been in this trade the whole time. I would have eventually gotten out with profit. But another good example of how my previous trade that I missed affected this trade, the trading psychology at its finest. But this was another perfect setup break a VWAP. It's got candles, green candles coming in. So not huge dipping red candles or crazy fluctuations in price. So that was the other trade I wanted to look at too, and that would have been a great one as well. So there's always opportunity. There's always another trade. You got to be ready. You got to be focused. So my lessons from today were, if there's a stock if there is a stock that's going to do what you think it's going to do and you're watching it at the time, try and stay focused. If there's a distraction around you, maybe just try and ignore it until you can finish the trade. Because that was my trigger today, was missing that first trade. So, which then kind of sets you up for not the best trading moving forward. And I think that's just beginner trading psychology for me, is eventually those things won't affect me as much. Getting into a trade won't affect me as much. Taking a little bit of a loss won't affect me as much, but I'm still at the beginning of my journey, and these things impact me and they make me feel feelings. So working on that still. So no trades today, but again, seeing wonderful opportunity that is there. And that's what I need to see. And that's what keeps me going, is there's always another trade. And that's a beautiful thing. So we'll be back at it tomorrow, which will be Friday. And I'm excited. So, all right. Thanks for these stock recaps, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty. Take care.